I'm meeting my family in Lubbock for the weekend, and I was already planning to fly there. But I found 2 drone jobs in the region that pay a combined $430. The catch? One of them sends me out of the way to Andrews, Texas, adding fuel, time, and logistics to the trip. So today I'm testing whether freelance drone work can actually offset my AvGas bill, or whether I'm adding a bunch of complexity for not much return. So the plan this morning is to fly from Breckenridge, Texas to Andrews, shoot job number 1 at an industrial site in town, and then fly from Andrews to Lubbock. Job number 2 is outside the small community of Shallowater, Texas. After that, spend the weekend with family for Memorial Day and fly home. The scoreboard is simple: $430 of drone revenue versus the marginal cost of this trip. First stop, Andrews, Texas.
Stevens County traffic, Skyline 360 Tango, departing runway 17, turning out to the west, Stevens County. Now, Andrews is not directly on our path to Lubbock. It's a little bit out of the way, but still in that West Texas region. And that's what's going to make this a real test, is I'm adding fuel burn and flying time to try to get a slightly larger drone job to offset the cost of flying. I do some drone work locally, but whenever I travel, I need to have a way to find jobs outside my normal operating area. And that's where droners.io comes in. It helps me search for jobs in nearby places I'm already traveling to and bid on the ones that make sense. So the key here is stacking jobs. A single $150 drone shoot probably doesn't justify much travel, but if I can find other jobs in that vicinity and start to combine them together, the economics change, and it might be enough to cover my trip cost and possibly have some left over. So there are a dozen different ways to calculate hourly operating cost of an aircraft. And so for this experiment today, I am only looking at marginal trip cost. So cost I'm incurring just because of this flight. So fuel expense, tie downs, overnight, fees like that. Now I think that's a fair approach for this experiment, but if you disagree on that, please let me know down in the comments. I'm about 25 miles away from Andrews, about to start my descent. I am really hoping that the crew car is available today. I did call ahead of time and they do have one, but it's first come, first serve. And so if it's not available today, I'm gonna have to find another method to get to the job site. Andrews traffic, Skyline 360 Tango, turning left base to final runway 20, Andrews traffic.
I got a lot of hours in that airplane, but it used to be yellow.
Who knows? 1979 Cessna 182, it's traded hands a few times. I've had it for about 15 years, but geez, who knows who had it before. The guy before me painted it, and so I have no idea if it was yellow before that or not, but that doesn't sound like the guy I bought it from. All right, need to land this plane. Andrews traffic, Skyline 360 Tango, clear, runway 20, taxiing to the ramp. Let's hope that courtesy car is still available.
All right, made it here to our first stop in Andrews, Texas, and the good news is the crew car is available. Check out this beauty. Yeah, buddy. Man, as far as crew cars go, this one's pretty nice. It's only got 167,000 miles, no check engine light on. It is showing all 4 doors are open, which is kind of strange, but hey, if there wasn't at least something strange going on with the vehicle, it wouldn't really be an airport crew car. So let me know down in the comments, what's the nicest crew car that you've found and where's it at? Job number 1 here in Andrews today is the bigger of the 2 jobs I've got secured. It pays $280. And so if everything goes well here and smooth and I don't crash the drone or something like that, I've got a real shot of at least breaking even today. The goal here is to make sure I get all the shots, verify all the deliverables, manage the files, and get on my way to job site number 2. All right, job 1 is complete. That's $280 earned. Now I need to get back to the airport and reposition to Lubbock for job number 2. All right, you've been good to me, Ford Excursion. Till next time. Huh. Looks clear. So I do not technically need to put any fuel in this plane to complete my mission. The Cessna 182Q holds 88 gallons of usable fuel. That's more than enough for my round trip this weekend. But I did use a courtesy car here in Andrews, and it was a really nice Ford Excursion, and I feel like I need to get back to them somehow. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 20 gallons of fuel into the plane. It's a little bit more expensive here at $6.64 a gallon compared to $5.75 back home. And so that little premium on top, I'm gonna consider a cost for doing this trip. Now, I've got 3 batteries for my Air 3S drone I use, and that sounds like a lot until you have 2 jobs in one day. And so battery management becomes an issue. To solve for this, I bring along a portable power charger, and I'll top these batteries off on my way to Lubbock.
So it's only going to be 87 miles for me to get from Andrews to Lubbock, so that's not very far. It should only take me about 35 minutes or so. This next job is going to be the smaller of the two. It's only paying $150. And so that alone does not justify a flight out anywhere to do any work. That won't cover the cost. So the way the Droners app works is that you bid on the jobs and the client picks whichever person they want. The lowest bid doesn't always win, but it certainly does help. And so I bid this job a little bit lower than I normally would because I'm already going to be in Lubbock and I knew I can combine it with this Andrews job. And now the economics start to make a little bit more sense. So this really got me thinking, I wish something like this existed back when I was trying to build hours for flight training. Because I was all over the map anyways, and what is it to stop and borrow a courtesy car for an hour or two and pick up a drone job nearby and earn a little bit of cash to help offset your training. My wife is from the Lubbock area over in Shallowater, and she's already there visiting family this weekend, so they'll be there to pick me up. And so I don't have to rely on a courtesy car to complete job 2. So they'll get me from the airport, we'll go ahead and go up and get the shooting complete, and then enjoy our nice Memorial Day weekend together.
Lubbock National Airport information, Tango 19530, Lawmate weather, wind calm, visibility 10, few clouds at 6,000, few clouds at 20,000, temperature 30, checked in CO2 2.8. Altimeter 2986, remarked towering cumulus distance south through west.
Lubbock approach, Skylane 36 Sierra Tango is 35 miles to the southwest at 7,500, landing with information Tango.
Skylane 36 Sierra Tango, Lubbock approach, squawk 0426.
0426, 36 Sierra Tango.
November 6 Sierra Tango, radar contact 35 miles south, southwest Lubbock International Airport, make right traffic, runway 17 right.
Right traffic, 17 right, 36 Sierra Tango. So there are some towering cumulus clouds over to the west here. Shouldn't be a problem, definitely not a problem for me landing. Hopefully they don't head towards job site number 2, that might delay things a bit. All right, it looks like I get to fly over Texas Tech University as I join the right downwind for runway 17 right. And Texas Tech is my alma mater. I'm a proud Red Raider. And from there, it's possible. So
November 6 Sierra Tango, contact tower 120.5.
120.5, 36 Sierra Tango. Lubbock Tower, Skylane 36 Sierra Tango is with you over Texas Tech University, joining the right downwind, runway 17 right.
Skylane 6 Sierra Tango, Lubbock Tower, runway 17 right, cleared to land, wind calm.
17 right, clear to land, 36 Sierra Tango. There's my old dormitory, Murdo. Good memories there. There's the football stadium. I have some good memories and some bad memories there. Lubbock Tower, Skylane 36 Sierra Tango, requesting to land long to park at Millionaire.
6 Sierra Tango, long landing approved.
6 Sierra Tango, thank you.
500.
Skylane 6 Sierra Tango, turn right on Juliet, contact ground, point 9er.
Right on Juliet, contact ground, 6 Sierra Tango.
CBM 0 Delta Mike, give way to the Skylane entering the Millionaire ramp.
We got him, 0 Delta Mike. Great paint job on that Skyline, by the way.
Ah, thank you. Appreciate it, man. You look pretty good yourself.
Appreciate that. Need all the help I can get.
All right. Made it.
All right, bud, my ride's here. Thanks for picking me up. Dodge all the tumbleweeds to get out here. All right, so we just got here to job site number 2, out in the middle of nowhere, a 40-acre plot. So I'm gonna get started. We got some weather rolling into the west. It's not looking great. So hopefully I can get this all complete before it comes barreling down on us. Bad weather's coming. We gotta get out of here. I think we finished up just in time. All right, that's it. Job number 2 is complete. That brings us up to $430 with this $150 job done. Whenever we get back to Breckenridge at the end of the weekend, I'll tally up the total revenue and cost and see how we made out. Clear!
So one thing that helps the math out that I didn't quite expect was the service I received at the Millionaire FBO in Lubbock, Texas. So there was no tie-down fee, overnight fee, ramp fee, anything like that. So my cost for landing there for the weekend was absolutely zero. So even that thunderstorm that came through while I was at job site number 2, it came over the airport, and without even calling ahead or anything, they pulled me into the maintenance hangars and took care of me. So shout out to Millionaire FBO in Lubbock, Texas. I appreciate you guys. Stevens County traffic, Skylane 36 for Tango turning final, runway 17, Stevens County.
All right, we're back on the ground in Breckenridge. The flying is done. The drone work is complete. Now we can answer the question, did the drone jobs pay for the flight? Total revenue for this operation was $430, $280 in Andrews, and another $150 for the Shallowater job. Now, because I detoured through Andrews first, I ended up burning about 41 gallons of AvGas round trip, compared to the 33 it would have taken me to fly directly to Lubbock and back. At my home airport fuel price of $5.75 a gallon, this trip cost me $236. But I also bought fuel in Andrews, 20 gallons at $6.64 each. Compared to my home fuel price, that adds another $18 to this trip. Now, I ended up not having to spend anything in Lubbock, no fuel, ramp, or overnight fees. So the total marginal cost of the trip was $254. So total revenue was $430. Marginal trip cost, $254. That means I came out ahead $176. In this case, the drone work was enough to cover my marginal cost of flying, with enough left over to even cover one night in our hotel room. Now look, I don't want to overstate this. This doesn't mean that basic entry-level drone work suddenly means aircraft ownership makes financial sense. It doesn't. But for a trip I was already going to take, it's a pretty meaningful fuel offset. So will drone work completely replace my cost of flying? At this level, no, absolutely not. But can it help fund some of my missions? In this case, yeah, it did.